Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Orsi, Director of Product Management for our Wi-Fi solutions here at WatchGuard. And today I'm going to talk about man-in-the-middle attacks using Wi-Fi tools and how to protect yourself against these attacks. If you're not aware, the man-in-the-middle attack is one of the most basic and common prolific Wi-Fi attacks out there. It happens every day around the world. It simply takes advantage of one very basic thing. Your laptop, tablet, or phone thinks it's actually connected to the legitimate Wi-Fi network and off through the internet. The man in the middle sets up a rogue access point or an evil twin, and it inserts themselves in between your device and the legitimate Wi-Fi network so that they can get in at a low layer to launch higher layer attacks on your device. So let's go ahead and talk about how this works. The first thing you need to do to launch a man-in-the-middle attack is to actually have the man-in-the-middle device, the rogue access point or the evil twin. I have something called a Wi-Fi Pineapple from a company, Hack5. They make some great pen testing tools, and recently they were just shown on the Silicon Valley show on HBO, showcasing the Wi-Fi Pineapple. The one that I'm using for this demonstration looks like this. It's a small USB-powered Wi-Fi Pineapple Nano. That's the Tetra, a little more powerful. So I've plugged the Wi-Fi Pineapple into this laptop, and let's talk about configuring it really quickly here. So the first thing you want to do is go into your filters, and you want to make sure your client filtering is set to deny. This will basically deny attacking any of these MAC addresses. And this is the MAC address of my laptop on the Wi-Fi interface. These other MAC addresses are coming from the actual Pineapple radios themselves. And to figure out those MAC addresses, you just click on networking and scroll down to where it says interfaces here. So to be the man in the middle, you need to get someone to connect to you, to this Pineapple, and the Pineapple has to be connected to a legitimate Wi-Fi network. So I'm sitting in an environment where there's a legitimate Wi-Fi network nearby. I'll go ahead and click scan. This is my legitimate SSID that I want the Pineapple to connect to serve everyone internet access. And I'll just type in the password for that network. Okay, so now the Pineapple is connected to my legitimate Wi-Fi network. And to test to make sure the Pineapple actually has internet access, we can go back to dashboard and load the bulletins from wifipineapple.com. It's a good test. There we go, everything loaded okay. So now let's go into the Pine AP settings, and we're going to turn on the Pine AP daemon. And we'll save that. And then basically you just check all of these boxes. What it's doing is it's actually capturing beacon requests from phones out there in the world as they walk by your Pineapple, and the Pineapple responds and gets them to connect to them. And we'll set the response intervals to aggressive, and we'll go ahead and click save. So right now, the Pineapple is listening for any SSIDs that other devices nearby are looking to connect to, and it's actually capturing those SSIDs into what's called a pool, and then it's rebroadcasting that out into the air. So if we now click on logging, you'll see all these probe requests coming from phones and laptops and tablets nearby. Now here's something Swisscom, Courtyard Guest, ATT Wi-Fi, Airport Free Wi-Fi. So you'll start to see this log just light up. And in a public environment, this gets really, really busy. These are all the devices which, whenever they've connected to an SSID, they typically store that in the phone or the laptop automatically. So the next time you come back into the area of the airport or the coffee shop, your device automatically connects to that network for convenience. And that's just a standard protocol thing the Wi-Fi Pineapple very cleverly takes advantage of. Okay, now let's see if we have any clients actually connected to us. So if I click on clients, what do you know? I have myself connected to here. I've got my iPhone connected to the Pineapple. So this is a victim officially. All right, now let's look at the modules available for the Pineapple. These are third-party plugins that can be downloaded to the Pineapple's interface. I'll just click on Get Modules from wifipineapple.com and just mention a few. So here's a deauthentication module. It'll basically, in a public environment, it'll cause all devices that are connected to legitimate access points to disconnect and then reconnect onto the Pineapple. An evil portal, that's a fake bogus splash page that could trick people into entering sensitive information or downloading malware and things like that. I've actually loaded a few modules already. Let's talk about those real fast. DWAL, we'll go ahead and turn this on. This is just able to sniff and snoop on all the traffic going in and out of your victim's devices. So if I take a look at scroll this over a little bit, here's my victim device, my iPhone over here. And let's go ahead and let's go check out the NFL website, see what's happening in football today. So actually what's being intercepted are all the URLs that I'm visiting, all the cookies that are on those web pages, all the images, so you can actually sniff what people are actually looking at. And there's even off to the right here, session data also being collected. The other module that I've got, which is a little bit more scary, and don't ever attempt this unless you have your quote-unquote victim's permission, please. That's a warning there. It's called SSL Split, and let's go ahead and turn off DWAL and turn on SSL Split. SSL Split basically is able to capture usernames and passwords of very popular websites out of thin air when people are attempting to connect and log in without them knowing their credentials are actually being stolen by the man in the middle. Alright, so let's take a look at how SSL Split works. I've just browsed on my phone here to a popular IT sourcing websites, and let's go ahead and log in here. I've got a fake account that I don't mind exposing here. And my password. The dog jumped. Let's go ahead and log in and not remember the password. There we go. So we are logged in to that website, and let's go ahead and take a look at what our pineapple intercepted. Download the log file. Open it up. And let's just do a quick search for dog. There we go. Username, Derek Reinworth 111, and password is the dog jumped. Intercepted in plain text. Okay, so obviously that's a little scary. These man-in-the-middle attacks, they happen every day out there in the world. They're very low-level attacks. They're hard to detect, and it's gone on since the beginning of Wi-Fi in the early 2000s. Thankfully, here at WatchGuard, we are taking a stand against this kind of security risk out there. And we do have a product called the Wi-Fi Cloud and access points that are managed by the Wi-Fi Cloud that can prevent against this kind of attack, prevent the man in the middle from ever happening. So this is the Wi-Fi Cloud interface, and if you click the Manage tile, that's where you'll find what's called our Wireless Intrusion Prevention System, or WIPS, or WIPS. And just getting right to it, basically this WIP system monitors the air 24/7, 365 for all sorts of different attacks. And it categorizes access points and the clients too as either external, meaning they're belonging to your neighbor, they're not on your network. Rogue, here's a rogue which I've set up as a demo, which means that it's not supposed to be on my network, or it's a evil twin trying to mimic a legitimate Wi-Fi network and trying to get people to connect to it, just like the Wi-Fi Pineapple demo that I did. Or authorized, and authorized means those are our access points, we control them, and we know they're legitimate. So just knowing the right classification of your access points and your clients is 99% of the battle. Then to turn on actual prevention of this pineapple kind of attack, the man-in-the-middle attack, it's a simple checkbox. You just go to Configure, WIPS, Intrusion Prevention, and you just make sure that checkbox is actually checked. And what will happen is the WatchGuard access points, whenever it detects one of these pineapple kind of attacks, it'll pretend to be that pineapple, it'll pretend to be the victim, and it floods both of those devices with disconnect messages. So it disconnects the victim away from the attacker and the attacker away from the victim. And so the victim goes back to the legitimate Wi-Fi network, and the man-in-the-middle attack is completely neutralized. So I hope that little demonstration was helpful. If you want to see even more about this kind of information, check out our Secure Wi-Fi web series at this URL, watchguard.com/wi-fi-webinars. We have 3 videos. It's done in a kind of a fun, interesting way, presenting Wi-Fi security in a way that my mom can understand, and she's actually one of the guest stars of the video series there. So definitely take a look at that. And if you want to learn even more about just the WatchGuard Wi-Fi system, you can go to watchguard.com/Wi-Fi.